Welcome to my final Be the Change project of the year. I'm going to be updating you on January to May and the changes that I've seen. So I want to go back actually to my last presentation. I mentioned all the different things that I wanted to do. Therapy and counseling, quilting, Duolingo. I had a trip planned for Hawaii. I have been able to accomplish almost all of those things. So therapy is the hardest one. I've been looking for the right therapist. I have found the organization I think I want to work with and the therapist I want within that. And I called them up, I told them all the things, and then they lost all my information. So we've had to start again with all my information. They texted me just yesterday, but it was the wrong person. And so hopefully they will get back to me soon with my first appointment so that I can be working on that. So it is in the works, I promise, but I was able to accomplish everything else. Research shows that during the relaxation response, the body moves toward a state of psychological relaxation, where blood pressure, heart rate, digestive functioning, and hormonal levels return to normal levels. This in turn can prevent chronic stress from damaging your health. So in a sense, self-care is good for you inside and out. So my project is self-care, and I have found it very beneficial this year to try all these different ways to help myself feel better. And so here are a few of those things. So I started a quilt. I made a quilt for my friend's baby. My mom was a very talented quilter. And so my friend knew my mom and knew that, and that's always what I gave to people were these quilts from my mom. And so I knew that she would appreciate a handmade quilt from me. And the actual process of quilting, of having like these sort of routine motions that you make, things like that, were really helpful for my stress levels. It helped me to relax a lot. And then there's baby Callan enjoying his quilt that I made for him. Okay, winter's really hard for me. It's always been hard for me, but it was especially hard during this COVID year, being trapped inside, the dark and sad weather. And so my cousin noticed that I seemed to be struggling with my mental health. I told her that I was having a hard time, and she sent me the cutest little care package that included some puzzles. And so I attempted to puzzle. I do have to say that it's kind of stressful for me because I have a hard time leaving the puzzle and doing other things. And so we did this puzzle in 2 sittings instead of probably the normal where you can kind of like come and go and work on it for a while. So I need to try and let that go and do puzzles in a more relaxed way. In February, I continued my plant addiction and arranging my room. When the space around you is organized and beautiful, I have found that it helped my mental state to be a lot calmer when I wasn't looking around and feeling upset that things didn't look the way that I wanted them to. So I put a bunch of pictures up on my shelves. I have a beautiful plant that is a string of hearts, and it is now touching the surface below it. So it has grown so much, and watching plants grow is good for your mental health as well. Okay, so my sweet and dearest friend Emily, her 2 older kids both had quilts from my mom, and her newest baby Margot did not have a quilt from my mom as she passed away a couple of years ago. And so that just really weighed on me that Margot didn't have a quilt and her brother and sister did. And so I decided to make one for her myself, and it was really special. Again, my friend Emily understands the meaning of the quilts for me and was so grateful and so excited, and sweet Margot got to have a quilt. Unfortunately, that quilt, the binding did not meet the backing, and there was a hole in the quilt, and I had to take it from her very first day of having it. So I stole it away, fixed it that night, brought it back the next day. All was well, but I did feel bad about that. But she really loved it, so it made a positive difference for both of us. Duolingo, the obsession is real. So I have come in first a couple of times, which is how the addiction gets worse. And I did it on vacation. I do it every night. I have a really great streak going. I'm at 140 days today. Traveling improves your health. From cutting down on stress to lowering your chances of developing heart disease, wandering abroad is even a cure for depression and anxiety. And those are things that I felt like I have really needed lately and would be helpful to me. So in April for spring break, I went to Hawaii, and I combined Hawaii with the facial masks that I told you about earlier in the year that I was doing that helped with stress. And that was the most stress-free vacation I've ever been on because I didn't have to decide anything. I was just driven to wonderful places and ate wonderful food, and it was glorious. So I highly recommend it. And I'm actually leaving today to go to Hawaii again. So my flight, as you can see, is at 3:45, and so I'm gonna go. Sorry, not sorry. It's for my birthday. It's on Mother's Day. I just wanted to go away with my best friends and enjoy some time on the beach to relax and enjoy together. So good luck with your Be the Change presentations. I am so excited to see them. Please work hard for the sub while I'm gone, and I look forward to seeing that. Just a little special treat for you if any of you have Ferroni. This is a little drone video that we got while we were in Hawaii. Notice as the camera comes flying at her, she thinks she's going to fall off the wall and grabs my arm. Tease her about that, please. Thank you.